Blackburn, U.S. Senator, State of Tennessee.
All right, so the border crisis. You wanted to talk about the border crisis. Kind of describe to us what's going on right now and what you would like to see changed.
Yes, what is happening right now is because of President Biden's open border policy, which is not a border security policy, it is an open border policy. What we see happening is every state becoming a border state and every town a border town. As we talk to law enforcement officials all across the state, they are mentioning to us that they are seeing more fentanyl, more heroin, meth on the streets. It's coming out of Mexico and coming through the drug cartels. Likewise, the human trafficking, sex trafficking, gangs, crime on the streets, much of this is due to the open border policies and the uptick in all of this adverse activity is something that has taken place since the first of the year. Since we know that the border is in disarray, what needs to happen is very simply what the Border Patrol has told us that they need. First of all, more agents that are there on the ground. Second, more technology. Having drones, being able to use technology is helpful. And the third thing, which they've been saying for decades, build a wall. Give them a wall that is going to help them keep these drug traffickers, sex traffickers, human traffickers, these gangs from being able to just walk across that border. Bill should happen with September 11th is that it be recognized as a federal holiday, a national day of remembrance, to remind Americans that our freedom is hard-earned and fought for, and that this was a very tragic day in our nation's history when you had thousands of Americans that were impacted by this, loved ones that were lost, lives that were changed. And it is with gratitude that we say thank you to the men and women in uniform that have fought and have pushed forward in the war on terror to make certain that our enemies know that they're our enemies. If they are going to harbor and support terrorism, we are going to root them out. And taking a day where we express that gratitude for these American patriots, that we remember those that lost their lives, and that we put that focus on what it means to be an American and have all the freedoms that we enjoy each and every day. What we do know is that the federal government really ought not to be in the business of one-size-fits-all mandates. You should leave dealing with whether or not to get a vaccine to the individual and their physician. I've been vaccinated. I'm very grateful that President Donald Trump put Operation Warp Speed into place, and that 9 months after he did that and got the government red tape out of the way and the pharmaceutical companies went to work, 9 months later, we had shots going into arms. That's a very good thing. People should talk with their physician. If they're a candidate for the vaccine, then they should consider the vaccine. But it's not government's place to mandate that you get a vaccination. And it is not the government's place to mandate that employers of a certain size, of course, 100 employees or more, have to be the enforcers of the federal government's vaccination and testing policies. So our governor has done the right thing in saying that it is up to parents if they want children to wear a mask in school. And it is up to employers how they're going to handle vaccinations. And it is important to remember that we have always had exemptions to vaccine requirements. And those exemptions are for health and religious reasons.